So then guys, beef jerky. This is absolutely delicious. If you go out and buy beef jerky from a shop after you've seen this recipe, you need to have words with yourself. So if you go to any store, I paid £1.85 for 25 grams of beef jerky. That is absolute madness. So the recipe I'm going to show you is so much cheaper, it is unreal. I've got myself here 900 grams of topside beef. I'm not quite sure what this joint of beef is called in other places, but just make sure you get yourself some beef that's got really small amounts of fat in it, because what we're going to do is obviously we're going to dehydrate it and we're going to dry it. The fat obviously will just go rancid and it won't keep for very long. So you want to cut your beef into probably 1 to 2 centimetre thick. Just try and make sure that they're all the same thickness so that they all dry out at the same time. So once you've got your beef sliced there, what we're going to do now is we're going to make a marinade. So the marinade that we're going to use here, I would recommend a minimum of 2 hours, but guys, you've got to give it a go and try and wait till overnight if you can. It will all add flavour to it, it'll be amazing. So we're using 1 cup of soy sauce. I'm using half a cup of Worcestershire sauce. I can never say it, Worcestershire sauce. Anyway, whatever it is, half a cup of that one. What I'm going to use here, so I've got a little tiny bit of, it's about a tablespoon worth, it's called liquid smoke. You can get that off the internet, it's really cheap off eBay. If you can't get a hold of it, just use some smoked paprika, it does the same thing. So I've got myself about a tablespoon there of garlic powder and about a teaspoon of black pepper. This secret ingredient, it's called gochujang, is absolutely amazing. It's a pepper chili paste. It's literally nothing but pepper and chili, there's nothing else in there whatsoever. If you can't get hold of this, I mean, it is available in most supermarkets, but if you can't get hold of it, something like a spicy sriracha will work just as well, or failing that, you could always just use some chili flakes or something like that. So we're going to whiz all that together, make sure it's really well combined. Garlic powder is really hard to try and get dissolved, we always end up with lumps of it, but I love garlic, so that's perfectly fine by me. So what we're going to do now is just add our beef into the marinade. Like I say, the longer you leave this, the better. You won't need any more than 24 hours, but 2 hours, you'll get some flavour on there. 24 hours is going to give you a nice, deep flavour all the way through. So once we've got all that combined, I'm going to put it into a Ziploc bag. When you put it all in here, just try and remove all the air. Then when you zip it up, every single bit of your beef remains covered then. All you got to do is literally just, once every couple of hours, just aggravate it a little bit just to mix it all through to make sure everything's evenly covered. So pop that into the fridge. 24 hours later, or however long you've left it, this is what you end up with. So you can see that the flavour's really penetrated that meat and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So get yourself a clean tea towel, lay that down on your chopping board or on your side. Lay the beef out in it. So the reason why we're doing this, we want to remove all the moisture from the outside. The more moisture that's on the outside, obviously the longer it's going to take. Really important to let you guys know this point, I use a dehydrator in this video, and that is literally just because it's a video and obviously to make it quicker. You can absolutely 100% do this recipe in the oven. What you do is just put another tea towel on the side. Like I say, all we're doing now is just removing the excess moisture. So if you do this recipe in the oven, like I say guys, it is really simple. All you do is just use some cocktail sticks, stick it through the end of the beef, and if you hang it from the actual grates in the oven, put the oven on the lowest temperature, that normally ends up at being defrost or something like that, and just leave the door ajar. Exactly the same thing guys, you'll get the same results. Not quite as good as the dehydrator, but very, very similar. You'll have to be a trained jerky eater to be able to notice the difference. So whenever you're putting it into the dehydrator or the oven, it's just really important, just leave a gap in between so that the air can circulate through it. This dehydrator cost me, I think it was about £25 off Amazon. They are really cheap. There's no reason why you shouldn't go out and get one. They're absolutely fantastic for dehydrating fruits and things like that as well. Get some really healthy snacks for the kids. It's absolutely brilliant. I really suggest that you go out and invest in a food dehydrator. So So once we pop the lid on that, what we're going to do now is we're going to set the temperature. So obviously with it being a raw meat, we do need to cook it or dehydrate it at 70 degrees C for the amount of time. Really important to get an internal temperature of 70 degrees C at some point during the cooking, just to kill off all the bacteria. And that's what it looks like when it's done. So at the end of this recipe, I ended up with, it was 404 grams of dried beef from a joint of beef that cost me 900 grams. That works out about 2 pence per gram. The £1.85 for 25 grams works out about 7 pence per gram. So it's literally, it's cheaper than half price. You can't go wrong, guys. Like I say, if you go and buy store-bought after you've watched this video, you need to sit down and have words with yourself, because honestly, it's simple, it's easy, and it's so delicious. It will last for, well, to be fair, in my house it lasts about 10 minutes, but it will last up to a week, probably even longer if you put it into a fridge, provided, like I say, you've got yourself some good quality beef that hasn't got any fat running through it. So that's the end of the video, guys. As I say, I'll just wait at the end just to show you. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure you leave a comment down below. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel and become part of the family, and share it with the rest of your friends so that everyone else can get opportunities to join the family. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you in my next video.